It's been a battle of orange and black this weekend. The powerful Orioles took game one with the help of the long ball. And the Giants relied on some timely hits and their ace on the hill to take game two. And today, the Giants pull another ace out of their sleeve. It's Johnny Cueto taking on the Orioles. And it's next. It's Hyundai Sunday on CSN Bay Area. As Giants Baseball is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Today, Giants Orioles one more time, final game of this series from AT&T Park. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Orioles win on Friday. The Giants win yesterday, and now the Giants have a chance to take the series, which would be 2 in a row. So this is kind of a big game, and Johnny Cueto gets the ball.
Well, it's always a big game this time of year, and it's always a big event when Johnny Cueto pitches. Now, the Giants have not won a back-to-back Bumgarner-Cueto combination starts since the 1st of July, so it'd be a nice time to do it for the first time this second half. And the key is always going to be keep the birds in the yard. That's what they do. They beat you with the long ball. But Johnny Cueto is a guy who's always done well in interleague play. The one blemish has been the Orioles, so I have to believe he kind of owes them, as he's 0-2 lifetime against them.
All right, keep the birds in the yard. That's pretty cool. I like that. It is a beautiful day for baseball here in San Francisco. When we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places.
Here we are at AT&T Park as we get ready to wrap up this 3-game series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It's a great time to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily 61 degrees here at the yard. You see the winds at 14 miles per hour, humidity at 84%, and it is sunny. All right, let's take a look at the lineups. First of all, for the visiting Orioles against Johnny Cueto, we'll do it quickly. It'll be Jones, Kim, and Machado. And he's had a great trip, followed by Davis, Trumbo, and Scope. Wieters will hit 7th, Hardy, and then Miley 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the right-hander Johnny Cueto, two-time All-Star. He's 13-3 with a 2.93 ERA, 5'11", 220-pound, 30-year-old. Making start number 24, 146 strikeouts against 32 walks. He's been outstanding. You're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball, more lows than mids. And he will two-in, four-seam the movement on that fastball. He'll also give you a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Changeup probably his best specialty pitch, and he'll throw a number of different motions at you. Lifetime against these Orioles, he's not done well. In 2 starts, 0-2 with an ERA of 10.32.
And the first pitch is fouled out of play.
But really, that's about the only blemish he's had against Interleague. I mean, he's 14-6 lifetime with a 2.59 ERA. And keep in mind, most of those starts were in the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, which is a hitter's yard.
106 is first pitch. It's no balls and a strike to Adam Jones. And Jones chases a pitch down low. By the way, a late addition, as you see the umpires, Kellogg, Tom Payne, Porter, and Honora. Buster Posey was scratched about a half an hour before first pitch. And it's Trevor Brown now behind the plate. So anyway, I was speaking while you were thinking about Jeff Kellogg.
Oh no, I mean, it's more important that we let our fans know what has happened here with Buster Posey. He's had a stiffness in his lower back area, very common for a catcher, especially trying to catch a day game after a night game, and the Giants opted to give him a day off. But in regards to Jeff Kellogg, I mean, he's a good pitcher's umpire, and I think he's one of the better guys in the game. A good low zone. It's very steady. What you get in the first, you get in the ninth. And we anticipate that Buster Posey will be back tomorrow.
Well, he could pinch hit today.
Could pinch hit today.
And this is hit off of Jones's foot as it rolls out to Crawford.
I don't think that ball made a noise hitting the bat. Goes inside with, looked like a cutter. It's right off the ankle of Jones. It did catch a little bit of the protective piece, it looks like. So I guess the first time we've seen that happen all year.
Where it actually hit the protective piece.
It worked.
Popped up. Belt. But it's Panic who puts it away. Not an easy play, one down.
Let's take a look at our defense. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right will be Pagan, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield. Joe Panic joined by Brandon Belt on the right side. And Trevor Brown, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs today for Johnny Cueto.
So here's Kim. Kim hitting at .312. He started on Friday night and went 1 for 5. And the first pitch is inside. With Machado to follow. There's a call strike for the Orioles. This is game 10 on a 10-game road trip, and they're 4 and 5. There you see the slices of what Cueto throws, and this is bounced into the hole and a base hit. If I didn't know better, it looked like he was trying to do that.
Well, he's got pretty good bat control, and he can do stuff like that. In regards to the usage of Johnny Cueto's pitches, I mean, he'll throw anything at any time, and that's what those numbers will tell you. But most of what you get off him is going to be hard stuff. It's going to be 74% of the time you're going to get the fastball and the cutter. But all of those pitches he'll throw at you in the 3-2 count, bases loaded, all of them he'll throw in different windups and motions.
Here's Machado. And Machado hitting at .304, 26 home runs, 69 driven in. Machado's got 3 hits in this series. And he takes a strike. He does have 1 hit in 6 at-bats lifetime against Cueto, and the 1 hit was a home run. So Kim at first with 1 out. And another strike, and it's 0-2. It appears to me that Manny Machado is sitting on something soft because he just took 2 fastballs.
That's exactly what he's looking for, and the good hitters will do that the whole at bat. They'll sit on 1 speed.
And this is grounded into the hole for Crawford. Crawford to Panic. Panic to Belt. Not in time.
Now the very fact that it was even close is a testimony to how quick Joe Panic's turn was at second. Just not a lot on the ground ball, a little bit faster than an average speed, but off the crack of the bat you're thinking, oh, there's no chance, and they do make it close. Crawford, beautiful exchange to Panic, who takes it right at the letters, and only Machado's speed prevents the double play. Tell you what, it's pretty fun to watch Crawford and Panic turn that pivot. It's quick. Talk about the hand action, Kite.
Well, this is where if you're Joe Panic, that's a perfect throw because it's above your waist and you can handle it very easily. And his footwork is always terrific. Plus he's got a shortstop's arm. As Davis takes a called strike. Davis now has got those ownage numbers against Cueto. 4 for 7, a double, and 2 home runs. This is not a team that steals a lot of bases. So if you're thinking about Machado going, think again.
Well, they've got 14 stolen bases as a team on the year.
This is out of play. It's 1-2. This is day baseball, which means the ball will carry a little better.
14 steals. They are a team that plays for the big inning by way of the home run, and they lead the major leagues in home runs.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, Span, Pagan, and Belt coming up. The lefty Wade Miley, one of the stars yesterday. Span will lead it off, followed by Pagan, Belt, and then Hunter Pence. Interleague numbers good. Nunez, Crawford, and Brown. Panic will hit 8th and Cueto 9th.
On the hill today for the Orioles will be the left-hander Wade Miley, Miley, 6'2", 195-pounder. He's 29 years of age in his 5th year at the big league level. This is what he has done with Seattle and Baltimore this year, 7-10, with a 4.98 ERA, 89 strikeouts against 37 walks. He's a 4-pitch guy. You're going to see a fastball right around 90 with a curveball, slider, changeup combination. A little crossover with his high 3/4 delivery. Lifetime against the Giants, 4-4 with a 3.23 ERA. And he knows the Giants.
And no one in baseball works faster than Wade Miley, as that pitch is outside for a ball.
He might be one of the best getaway day pitchers I've ever seen.
If he's the fastest worker, then he is the best. And there's a call strike. He does not wait around. Span hitting .263. Span with 4 runs batted in. He had two out base hits to knock in a pair of runs each time in the game yesterday. Here he fouls it off the backstop. It's 2-2.
Take a look at how Wade Miley will use his stuff. Fastball over 50% of the time. And then the changeup, curveball, slider, he kind of uses them equally. Whatever's going good. More changeups to righties. More breaking balls to lefties.
Tapped slowly, and Scope throws him out.
Let's take a look at that Orioles defense behind Wade Miley today. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Kim, Jones, and Trumbo, the best arm in center field with Adam Jones. Hardy and Machado on the left side of the infield. Scope and Davis on the right side. Matt Wieters will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So with 1 out, here's Pagan. Pagan hitting .288. He's got 8 home runs, 40 runs batted in.
11-game hitting streak. He has just been solid all year.
And he shoots this one up the middle. And Scope will throw him out. 2 down. So here's Belt. Jordy Mercer has just hit a 2-run home run in the first inning for the Pirates.
That's a good thing.
See that bunch tomorrow. Belt hitting .278. He will face the overshift, and there's a strike on the inside corner. The bobble body. We've been promoting this thing for 4 years.
The long-awaited bobble body. I think that was especially designed for Hunter Pence.
So it's the opposite of a bobble head, right? The head is still.
Yeah, head does not move.
And the body moves.
Yep. I don't know who came up with that.
Hey, look.
But we like it.
In the offseason, they got to come up with a lot of different things.
Pretty good ownage
telling
for
you that one was with a lot of beers.
Oh yeah.
Bobble Boiler will be next year. See where Hunter Pence has got his hands? All they need to do is bring that out about an inch, and there you got it.
And then there's the Bobble Boiler. The John Miller gnome, though, that has to happen.
2-2. Well, if we keep this up, we're going to be invited into those meetings, and we're going to have to come up with an excuse how we can't make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to see the dentist that day.
And Belt pops this one up, and it'll be a souvenir. A high home run last night.
Got a hanging breaking ball. And that one stayed up in the air for a long time.
And Belt hits this one off the shin guard of Wieters. It stays at 2-2. Hunter Pence chalking up on deck. It is a beautiful day. Another sellout crowd. Pennant race is right where you want it to be. Middle of August. Belt pulls another one foul.
Well, you're right about August. I mean, you want to be in position to make a run that lasts 45 days. Right? Absolutely accomplish that. And the Belt about ready to see pitch number 10 in this matchup with Wade Miley. And he's had ownage on him.
Yeah, 4 for 7, a double and a home run.
A lot of players on the right side of the field.
Belt took that one and immediately looked back at Jeff Kellogg as if to plead his case, like, no, don't.
Just a wee bit low. There's Carey to right field today. Not a lot of wind coming across this field like we normally see.
And a piece.
There was no batting practice today by either team, so we didn't get a true feel of how the ball was carrying. But usually the daytime you'll get more carry, especially the right field, than the night.
And Belt lifts it into center field. And after a long at bat, Belt flies out to center field. The bobble body. I'm on the fence on the bobble body.
Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
No score. Cueto to Trumbo, and it's a called strike. Trumbo hitting .260. 33 home runs, 84 driven in. Hit a home run on Friday night as he takes low. He's 3 for 6 in his career against Johnny Cueto. And this one is a little flare right to Panic. 1 out.
Now that's the thing that he was not doing earlier in the last road trip, he was not getting inside with that fastball.
Well, follow the Giants. You can follow them live with the MLB.com @BAT app. You can stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, and more. Download MLB.com @BAT. Here's Scope. We talk about ownage. Now this is ownage. 4 for 5 against Cueto with 3 home runs.
That's big time ownage.
That's a small sample of ownage, and there's a swing and a miss. He's got 17 home runs. He's got 59 runs batted in. And that's a pretty good pitch, but called wide, maybe high.
This guy's got 4 lifetime hits against you, and 3 of them left the yard. You know exactly where the hot spots are.
Swing and a miss on a pitch tailing down and in 2-2. He's 1 for 7 in this series. And this is hit on the ground, speared by Nunez. From his knees, a one-hopper. Got him.
Come on.
And that's a nice play.
Well, we're going to make this our Ford right choice. Why wouldn't we? Spectacular play. Now Scope runs well, and Nunez knows this, and he knows he doesn't have time to get to his feet. But the ball really gets on him. He squares up off the back knee. He's got a great arm, and he throws low and give that first baseman a chance to work off a one hop, and he completes the play. Beautifully done.
Here's Wieters. Wieters at 232, 10 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Overshift on. And a strike.
Well, how about our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, showing us some defensive brilliance. Back knee and just a high flip, and in his mind he's thinking, I'm going to miss low.
Yeah. Throw a one hopper. Concepcion started that on turf in Cincinnati.
It just made too much sense. He figured it out. Davey Concepcion, your old teammate in Venezuela, great player.
And hit the inside corner 2-2.
In our humble opinion, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'll go for Davey.
Just a little bit outside. Hey, one thing about Eduardo Nunez, he really has hit the comfort zone with the glove, playing great defense. As you see the replay of the fastball, didn't miss by much, about the width of a glove.
And this is poked into center field in the 3-2 pitch, so a 2-out single. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, guys, fans looking to see Mac Williamson back in action. You are in luck. He begins a rehab assignment today with the Sacramento River Cats. He's been on the disabled list with a left shoulder strain since August 1st. He will start tonight for the River Cats. He's slated to play 5 innings. If you're in the Sacramento area, it starts at 5:05, guys.
All right. Mac Williamson. So here's J.J. Hardy. And it's a ball and a strike.
No chance of a stolen base here with Wieters, and I think I can safely say that.
You're going out on a limb?
Well, I mean, the Orioles have 14 stolen bases. It's just not part of what they do. Now, even with that in mind, I mean, you still, if you're on the mound and you're Johnny Cueto, you have to make that runner stop on you. You can't let him walk into a lead. But what that really means is you don't have to fragment your concentration. When you're concentrating on a hitter, you don't have to really spend a lot of time with the guy at first base because they're just not going to go. Just make it simple. Come set, Stop. Make sure the guy stopped and go.
Tapped off of Brown, 2-2. Miley is on deck.
Who can hit?
Got him. And they'll end the inning. J.J. Harder saying no. 2 strikeouts for Cueto.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
It's a 0-0 ball game as Hunter Pence has just been introduced.
There's Gunnar Peterson. Gunnar came up and saw us.
Pence lines him down the left field line and foul. We need a helium balloon on Gunnar. Just an idea where he's at. Look at he's got his own little game going. As Pence pops this one back and out of play.
Saw his mom Molly. I said, Molly, you look great. How you staying in shape? And she raised an eyebrow and said, really?
Yeah,
watch Gunnar.
We're watching her right now. Outside to Pence. All right, time to go to the bullpen. Low to Pence.
This is a great ballpark for little ones because you can take the lap. Keep them moving. Lots of things to see.
Hey, if one lap doesn't tire them out, go around again. Wrapped slowly to Hardy, and Hardy will throw out Pence. And here's Nunez. Nunez at 286, 12 home runs, 49 driven in. He's got 2 for 5 history against Wade Miley, and one of those 2 hits a home run. This is popped up to right field, and it's Trumbo coming in, and now Trumbo going back, and Trumbo dropped it. And standing at second is Nunez.
This entire start of this homestand, we've seen a lot of players having trouble with pop-ups and fly balls because of the wind. And the wind is pushing out towards center. And watch Trumbull. And once it became a high backhander, it was going to be a difficult play. Sun not really an issue, it's just all wind. So Wade Miley going to be asked to pitch through a one-out error.
Here's Crawford. Crawford hitting 272, and he lines this one to left. But right there is Kim for out number 2. And that'll bring up Brown. Brown, a late addition to the lineup. I suppose he scratched, as we mentioned earlier. He's got some back stiffness. 5 home runs, 16 driven in for Brown. You saw Nunez, you know, look, he's assuming that the ball's going to be caught. I don't know if he'd have ended up at third or not had he been going full bore. Swinging a foul. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Changeup's a good pitch right now for him. Throwing that 2-0. He's got a base to play with here. And I think if I'm Miley, even though I have a left-hander on deck and it's Joe Panik, Panik's heating up, and he saw his at-bats last night. So it's not like he has an open base that he really wants to use.
Plus, Panik's 3 for 5 lifetime.
Yeah. And Miley knows that. Believe me.
Hit on the ground towards the hole in the base hit, and here comes Nunez. And the Giants take the lead 1-0. Brown comes through with a 2-out base hit.
Well, that was the one thing that the Giants really liked about Trevor Brown in spring. And the bigger the at-bat, it was almost like the more quality the at-bat became. And here he gets a 3-1 advantage on a pitch. And Miley, not wanting to walk him, comes right in the strike zone. He finds a hole on the left side. Nice at-bat. And once again, the Giants take an early lead. Just like yesterday.
.245 for Joe Panik.
Now don't get picked off.
Just hang over there for a little while. Inside corner strike. It's 0-1. Three hits yesterday for Joe Panik. About Joe Panik is he's pretty even keeled. You have a hard time when you see him on the plane or in the clubhouse. You have a hard time knowing what's going on, whether he's on a good streak or bad streak. Say Brian and Nora joining the act. It's 1-2.
But that is really a strength of any ball player as we take a look and see if he indeed went. 50-50.
Hit out to left to Kim. And he hangs in there and makes the catch. 50-50 means the Giants announcers don't think he went. The Orioles announcers think he did.
Exactly.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
1-0 Giants. And the pitch to Wade Miley is a called strike. Cueto now working, quickly throws, and there's a dribbler foul. Hey,
He gone.
the Brockabrella.
Out.
Oh, well, sorry. In my mind, I thought that was way more important.
It is very cool, but not as cool as a grown man hitting the ball with a full swing about a foot. Let's take a look at it. Right over the top. Bite. Brown picks it up. Tags him out. Wade, thanks for stopping by. And that is a rough at bat. I love this game.
What's Adam Jones doing? Oh, they're taking a look at it.
Yeah. This might be the easiest play I've ever seen a catcher make. And if you're Buck Showalter, you're thinking that at bat right there is a bad sign.
All right, let's go. Play on. We're going to have to live with that. Swinging a drive to right. Hunter Pence moving over.
Well, join us for the final peanut allergy friendly game this summer. That's right, peanut allergy friendly game. It's Wednesday, August 17th, 12:45 start. Your special event ticket will include a seat in the peanut controlled section of AT&T Park. And you need more information, go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Kim. Kim had a base hit as he bluffs a bunt. He had a hit where the Giants had the overshift on, and Nunez was the only defender on the left side, and he hit it past Nunez.
Good bat control. He uses the whole field. And the one thing you don't want to do is walk somebody ahead of Manny Machado.
Or Davis or Trumbo.
I mean, they stack it up. You got 26 home runs with Machado, 24 with Davis, 33 with Trumbo, 17 with Scope.
There's a base hit.
Heads up, Johnny Cueto. But that's how the Orioles beat you. They beat you with a long ball.
Machado bounced out to Crawford. Bounces this one to Nunez. Nunez to panic, and they'll end the inning. One pitch, Machado retired, and it'll be Cueto to lead things off.
All on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by First 5 California. Talk, read, sing. It changes everything.
Giants with a 1-0 lead. Here's Johnny Cueto. Cueto on the season is 4 for 49, and he rolls this one to second. And Scope will make the play. Hey, Giants fans, it's now easier than ever to catch more Giants baseball in your area by tuning into NBC Bay Area on Channel 11, over the air, or on Xfinity Cable 3 or 703. Check it out and tell a friend. As Span takes the first pitch high.
Miley ready to go. He gets it back and he gets ready. Now he's ready to go.
And not only that, Mike, but once he decides he's going to go, he goes fast.
As soon as that sign goes down, he's going.
I mean, and his motion is really quick. And he's pulled on the ground, foul.
Oh, a ball dude.
What happened? We don't have any ball dude information. It's Les Johnson down the right field line.
Elmer Almer. That's what we're going with.
Hit up the middle, and it's Hardy. Every once in a while, our crack PR staff will forget something. And this is the first time this year that we don't have our ball dude information.
So, Mr. Almer, we apologize.
Les. Here's Pagan. Pagan bounced out to second. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Belt to follow. Hit on the ground. Fair over the bag. Past the diving Machado. And Pagan's going to scoot into second with a 2-out double.
Well, there are a lot of people in the American League, so this is not possible. That's to hit a ball by Manny Machado at third base. And the red-hot Angel Pagan finds a way to do it. Waits well for the curveball. This extends his hitting streak now to 12 games. Right down the line. Ooh, just past the outstretched arm of Manny Machado, the Gold Glover.
I'm saying he missed this by a foot.
Yeah.
Well, RBI opportunity for Belt. And a call strike.
I know one thing. Now that we've seen Machado in the series, and we've seen a lot of Nolan Arenado, if you were to ask us who the best third baseman was in baseball,
it's a tie.
We couldn't tell you.
There's a strike.
But he's as good as anybody. Let's put it that way.
My goodness.
And we would say the same thing about Arenado. Just two incredibly gifted defensive players with great arms and great hands.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2. Belt does. Belt trying to get it going. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand one after 3. It's 1-0 San Francisco.
baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Giants with a 1-0 lead as the Orioles are coming up here in the 4th inning. It's Davis, Trumbo, and Jonathan Scope. And a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Fouled at the plate on page 2 of the Sporting Green on Sundays. Scott Osler basically has from the middle of the page all the way up a whole section where he does notes and a number of different things, but he also does the knucklehead of the week. Got him. And Scott Osler's knucklehead of the week was the Baseball Hall of Fame, led by Jeff Idelson.
We are shooting our lifetime pass to Cooperstown in the foot.
And that's for taking Brandon Crawford's bat after he had a 7-hit game. But I'm thinking that today is piling on.
Yeah.
Scott.
But it's still funny.
After we roasted Jeff for 2 days and then saw him yesterday and made up and we had hugs and kisses and everything else. And today, piling on the Chronicle.
Hey.
Slowly hit to Crawford, who's going to wait on a good hop, and he makes the play. So anyway, Jeff, if you're watching, Mike and I, we're good. Giants are good. Chronicle, however, piling on. Scott says, next thing you know, this guy will be yelling at, this guy would be Jeff Idelson, at Madison Bumgarner with 2 outs in the 9th in a perfect game and say, hey, you got a perfect game going. Can I have your glove and cap? And that'll end the inning.
Knucklehead of the week.
1-0 Giants.
Park. It is Girls' Day here, a very special day, and of course the Giants made it that much more special. They decided to use the day to honor Alexis Bush, who in 2000 she became the first Batgirl in Major League history, a trailblazer to say the least. She was a Batgirl for 2 seasons with the Giants, the first person to greet Barry Bonds after he hit home run number 500. Now her life was tragically cut short in 2012 in a sailing accident, and today the Giants unveiled a plaque in her honor. She will always be remembered. She is forever Giant. Gentlemen.
Well, we knew her as Alex, and that was it. And as Pence drives one to center field, it is out of here. Hunter Pence, welcome back. It's 2-0.
And that was not a hanger. He went down and got one. And you go down this low, and there's a changeup, two-seam grip, right at the top of the knees, and you back one out to straight center. You're feeling good about your swing. And this is what he's been busting his tail to get back to.
And that's home run number 8. Hunter Pence. High to Nunez. We're talking about Alexis Bush, known as Alex to us, and she was born in '85. That's right around when our kids were born, so we knew her since she was a little girl.
Oh yeah, we held her as an infant.
And that's a tragic loss to all of us, as this is foul back, but really a nice memorial to her that will be in the dugout forever here at the ballpark. Line to left. Will it carry out? It will, right to Kim. 1 out. Where'd that ball land? Let's look.
Bleachers just a little bit left of the garden. And everybody's loving what they're seeing with Hunter Pence. Bam Mullins over there, pat him on the back, saying, hey, that's it. Hard work pays off.
There's Crawford, who lined out to left in the second.
Don't forget how you did that.
Crawford drives one way out into right center field, and nobody's going to get it, and it bounces up against the wall, and Crawford will have a double. So a double for Crawford.
Wade Miley makes a mistake here. I mean, I don't think he's feeling that bad about the location that he got hit out of the ballpark against Pence, but this one he'll feel bad about. That's a hanging fastball, middle in, right below the belt, and that's got "hit me" written all over it, and Crawford does. He jumps on this thing, and this is where you catch a break. Now, because of the speed of Adam Jones, he gets out there and plays the carom well. He holds it to a double, but at least it stayed in the yard. For Crawford, that is double number 19 on the year.
And here's Brown, who takes a pitch inside for a ball. Joe Panik is on deck. A run in on the Pence home run. Ties up Brown on that pitch down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground right at Davis. So on the play, Crawford will go to third. Brown, so you hit that ball the right side as hard as he does, you got a shot of it going through. But this was hit right at Davis. So I'm saying that that's a pretty good at bat.
Well, I mean, especially for a guy that isn't an everyday player. The fact that he's using the whole field, it's what pitching or hitting coaches want to see.
Here's Panik in tight. One ball and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes.
I wouldn't expect that Panik would see a whole lot with Cueto on deck. And this is one of those times as an 8th place hitter, if you don't have a pitcher that's a threat with the bat, you're not going to see much, especially now that Panik is starting to get hot.
There's a strike to Panik.
Break a ball in a 2-0 count.
So Cueto may very well end up hitting here in the 4th, depending on this pitch. And there's the walk. So Miley, who doesn't walk many people, walks panic, but he walked him with intentions.
Yeah, I don't think he's too upset about that. But that's good game management. But you know what we've seen from Cueto is that when you have runners in scoring position, he gives you his best effort, and he will put the ball in play. If you can put the ball in play, you're a threat.
Cueto rolled out to second. He shoots this one up the middle of the base hit. Coming in to score is Crawford, and Johnny Cueto with an RBI single. It's 3-0.
And that's when you can really take game management and throw it right out the window, when a pitcher can do exactly what Cueto did. You know, and he'll hit a lot of balls back up the middle.
I mean, look, it's nothing more than a ground ball, but the fact is he had a little something behind it to get it through.
And now the Giants have a chance to go big and take a look from up top, the high home camera. Giants doing today what they did yesterday. They're adding on something they really had a problem doing really since the second half has started.
Well, here's Span. It around, and that's going to end the inning. So Hunter Pence, home run number 8 on the season. He goes to center field, and when it leaves the yard, it's bye-bye, baby. It's 3-0 Giants. Greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. May 28, 1998 against the Diamondbacks. Giants were trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs, bases loaded. Diamondbacks manager Buck Showalter had Craig Olson intentionally walk Barry Bonds to get to Brent Mayne. Mayne lined out to right field to end the ball game. D-backs won 8-7. Barry Bonds was walked intentionally with the bases loaded. And that's who did it. It worked.
It did work. Walk with the bases loaded.
So here's Wieters. All right, you get a little patch of happiness out in the Cove. Wieters singled in the 2nd inning. Here he takes a call strike. And the next pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Hardy, and then Wade Miley. inside corner, a 1-2.
He's wearing out the hands with that inside fastball coming in by way of the front door with that two-seam movement. And that's movement that runs subtle away from a left-handed hitter. And Davis is just he's just giving up on, or Wieters rather, is just giving up on it.
Giants 3, Orioles nothing, 5th inning. And a base hit the other way. So nobody playing on that side.
Well, the New York Mets are coming to AT&T Park Thursday, August 18th through the 21st, and Saturday the 20th we're giving away 2-for-1 flight vouchers courtesy of Virgin America to the first 40,000 fans. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets and check it out.
So Wieters has 2 of the 4 hits for the Orioles as J.J. Hardy steps up, and he struck out looking in the second. Swing and a miss, no balls and 1 strike. They are an aggressive group when it comes to going after that first pitch.
There isn't a team even close to how aggressive the Orioles are on the first pitch. And then you made a comment the other night about it reminded you of the Pittsburgh Pirates in the late 70s, and that's exactly who they remind me of.
And it's now 0-2.
But for a guy like Johnny Cueto, I mean, he can take advantage of that aggressiveness and work it against him. And he's basically done that today. He hasn't thrown any just straight, flat out, here, hit me fastballs on strike 1. He's throwing corner pitches. And that's how you take advantage of a team being over aggressive. Let them hit your pitch. Plus, you know, Cueto has a reputation. They know he's going to be around the plate.
That's true. One and 2 to J.J. Hardy. Way to maybe loosen up his back. Foul this one at the plate.
Good two-seam movement.
Miley is on deck.
He's my favorite at bat of the day. Wade Miley's last at bat.
2 unassisted.
Yeah, he had a swinging bunt that went a foot out in front of home plate. Never moved, never left the box.
Got him.
Strikeout number 4. A good hard slider off the plate away.
I mean, that's a big out because of the situation now with the pitcher coming up. Otherwise, you get an easy call of him laying down a bunt. Yeah, look at the K's. They're dressing up the K's to resemble the Johnny Cueto look.
Dreadlocks, headband.
And a strike to Miley. Yeah.
Now, who came up with that idea?
We got stuff going on in this park. I mean, there isn't a boring spot in this park.
Plus, we have bobble bodies today.
And we have bobble bodies.
So I think the same guy that came up with bobble bodies came up with the dreadlocks on the K signs.
At the same time.
And I'll bet that guy's from Humboldt.
Hi to Miley.
Well, this is the last at bat that we were very fond of. Swinging.
Got him.
I mean, that's hard to do. I mean, this goes nowhere.
Look at Miley's looking out. Where is it?
Bite.
Oh. Good bunt. Way to have thought about it. And then he goes to first. Here's our Geico quote from center fielder Adam Jones on Bumgarner's outing last night. And Jones says, well, he's as advertised. He's one of the best pitchers in the game. He threw a heck of a game. Jones faced him for the first time last night, 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 0 for 5 overall, snapping an 8-game hitting streak. Bumgarner was awesome.
He was very, very good. And you know, that is something. Look, baseball players are fans, and just because you're in the American League doesn't mean you don't pay attention to what's going on in the National League, especially when it comes to all-stars. Especially when it comes to a guy that did what Madison Bumgarner did in 2014, the World Series, the whole month of October. So last night, Adam Jones had a chance to see it firsthand. Heads up.
And it's hit high and deep and foul. Everybody all right?
Everybody
Landed
smiling.
right in that little guy's lap. Uh-oh. They both got their hands on it?
Well, you can cut it in half, you know. All right. It's the one thing you really fear. Because there's just no way to catch a bat. I mean, there's no technique. I mean, it doesn't even help if you bring your glove. But hey.
Everybody's good.
He'll be telling that story for about the next 40 years.
Yep. I'd get it out of here now before Jeff Idelson comes and gets it.
Well, no worse the wear. He gets the bat without a bruise. That's a good point.
No balls and one strike.
You know, the funny part about it is Jeff Idelson is about as nice a guy as there
Oh,
is.
he's back at Cooperstown laughing right now. We hope. And that's to right field, and that's a base hit, and it's going to knock in a run. And the Orioles are on the board. It's 3-1. So a 2-out base hit for Jones.
Well, a nice inside-out approach too. Well, we've seen him go to right field a lot in this series. They set the target inside, and it's right to the glove, and he inside outs the two-seam movement.
So here's Kim, who's got 2 hits tonight, or today. And he takes a strike that was right around the knees, and it's 0-1. Cueto pitch-wise 68. That's about right.
Yeah, at the end of 5, you should be 75 or less, so he's right where he needs to be.
And this is going to shoot to the backstop. That moves Kim's feet. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Take a look at the flight of the wild pitch, and it almost hits him in the feet. I don't know how he got out of the way of that. I just know that I want him on my dodgeball team.
So it's 2-1. This is hit on the ground. Flip it to Cueto, and that'll end the inning. So the damage is a run on 2 hits, 1 left. Giants are now coming up. Pagan will lead it off. Cold Hard Facts, and it's brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Most Gold Gloves at third base in Major League history, and the Orioles have 18. It helps when Brooks Robinson had 16. Then the Phillies, Cardinals, Rangers, and Athletics, and Manny Machado has a pair to make it 18. So here's Pagan, and Pagan takes a call strike. It's a 3-1 lead for the Giants. Pagan doubled in the third inning. And he shoots this one fair down the right field line with some spin. Pagan may have a chance for 3. He finally realizes it, and now he's going to put on the brakes. Pagan with another double.
Well, that's a swing of the bat that you get when you're hot, because that's a little cut fastball. It's up, but it's still towards the belt, and it jams Pagan right around the label, but he throws it out there, and Davis had played him off the line, and this winds up being a fang. And with his speed, it was going to at least put him in scoring position. And he's thinking about third, and then all of a sudden, no, and a great way to stop, just go into a slide.
So here's Belt. Belt on the ground and into right field, and here comes Pagan. Here's the throw home, not in time. And the Giants get that run back.
Well, the Giraffe fans very happy about that effort from Brandon Belt, jumping on the first pitch. Talk about the innings that he's had lifetime for Miley. He sees him well. Miley going to try and get strike 1, and Brandon Belt's looking middle in.
So here's Pence.
And a money hit for Brandon Belt.
Pence homered in the 4th.
Got to be careful with Miley. He's got a sneaky move. Good one. Pagan getting the green light. Gone.
He can run. Pence with a base hit up the middle. Hunter Pence is 2 for 3.
We talked about it. There really hasn't been one time this year, outside of maybe the first 4 or 5 days of the season, where they were all swinging the bat well. And there was times when they were all cold, but it hasn't been times when they've all been really hot. And this is what the Giants have been waiting for. I mean, this swing of the bat earlier in the game when he hit his 8th home run of the year, and he took a pretty good pitch and knocked it out to center field with backspin. That tells you that what we've been sensing the last week is that he's coming out of his funk. And here he adds another hit to it. Billy Hayes talking it over. Dave Wallace, the pitching coach for the Orioles, out talking to Miley, and that's just to kill time, to let the bullpen get loose. So Tyler Wilson, who just got called up after the first game of this series, he's starting to get heated.
So here's Eduardo Nunez. Nunez reached on an error in the 2nd, and then lined out to left in the 4th. And he takes in tight. Outside, 2-0. This is the spot where Nunez can lean on one ahead in the count.
Oh, cut 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Guy takes a pitch on the inside corner, a fastball on a 2-0 count. He's not looking for fastballs in, he's looking for fastballs away.
Hit on the ground to short. They will get 1, and that's it. And that's significant because now you got a runner at third with less than 2 outs. So good hustle by Nunez.
It's significant, as you point out, because with the runner at third base and less than 2 outs, and you have Brandon Crawford up there, I mean, that's a recipe for success, as you see the speed of Nunez in the back end preventing the double play. That's 4-2 from the right side after getting jammed with a big swing. Crawford on the year has 8 sac flies and a chance to do it again.
Doubled in the 4th. Swinging and a miss. Digging it out was Davis at first. See RBI leaders in the major leagues. Crawford, Story, Russell, all with 71. Carlos Correa, 1 away from 80. Crawford's going to go around. It's 0-2.
And he'll step out and take a walk, have a word with himself.
Belt at third, Nunez at first. Down low, and Nunez is picked off, but he's going to get into second. Davis had no idea that Nunez was just going to go. He went down to tag.
I mean, he's playing even with a base because he's holding on Nunez. So he comes off the bag. Now he's seeing that there's going to be a throw from Wieters. And he had his head angled to where he could not see out of the corner of his right eye that Eduardo Nunez took off. So he just gets back to the base thinking, hey, I got to put a tag on him. And there was nobody there.
He gets a stolen base.
That's what I put down, SB.
2-2.
And it is kind of an odd feeling. You just do a swipe tag and the invisible man is the only guy you have a chance to get. Steal number 28 for Nunez. Make that 29.
Three balls and 2 strikes. And Crawford takes the walk. We've seen guys over the years that would not have taken a walk there. There's Buck Showalter's coming out. When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and tune up. Your oil change, tune up, and brake experts. We'll be back.
authority of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
A run in for the Giants here in the 5th, and it'll be Brown facing Wilson with the bases loaded.
Take a look at the numbers for Tyler Wilson. 17 games this year. He was a starter in their rotation. Kind of got spanked around a little bit. 4-pitch guy. Fastball goes low to mid-90s. Curveball, slider, changeup. 46 strikeouts and 21 innings pitched. Where's his socks? Old style.
Old style.
Stirrups.
Here's Brown. And Brown takes a strike. Panic on deck. Down the right field line. Trouble. Foul.
Now, you mentioned his approach to right field in his last at bat, but he hit a sharp ground ball to Davis at first. I mean, here he goes inside out again. Gets the ball away, and he almost has an extra base hit with the bags full.
Well, he's going to come back, pick up his bat, get in the box, and now he's going to face Wilson with a count of 0-2.
It does change the at bat.
It does.
Giants have done well with the bases loaded this year.
And a base hit to left field. And here comes Belt. And here comes Nunez. And the Giants add 2 more here in the 5th. Hello, Trevor Brown.
That's got to be a 2-strike mistake. Look at the location. Right? It's anything you make a mistake in the strike zone with on an 0-2 count, you've made a bad pitch. And just like he did in his first at bat, he cashes in the 5.5 hole, punches it through the shortstop third base side. Have a day, Trevor Brown.
Here's Panic. And Panic takes wide. Mr. Posey being a cheerleader today.
Well, he was originally in the lineup and he scratched with some lower back tightness. Meanwhile, down in Dodger Stadium, the Pirates jumping on the Dodgers.
Panic up the middle, and he's got a base hit. And here comes Crawford. And it's a 4-run 5th inning. With a single and an RBI. And here's Johnny Cueto. You see a base hit like that, and you think, well, a week ago, that's not a hit.
No, it is not.
Somebody makes the play. Here's Cueto, who's got an RBI single.
It's a big hit in this game.
And he takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Punt should go down the third base line.
And a base hit up the middle. And they're going to hold Brown. So the bases are loaded.
It has been a hit parade. That's 6 hits here in the 5th.
Three straight hits off of Wilson. So here's Span. Johnny Cueto now 2 for 3.
The offense that has been in a deep slumber is waking up, folks.
And a fastball is high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, as quiet as the offense was on Friday, couldn't be more opposite than it is here today.
Well, I think a lot of the Giants feel like some of these hits are owed to them.
And a strike to even the count.
I used to love it when Dusty Baker used to talk about think lucky. And when you go through a period where your team's not scoring runs, and every time you get a little bit of a threat going, you hit something hard at somebody, it gets caught. Pretty soon you start to anticipate that. It's going to get caught when you hit it good.
Slowly on the ground to third, and Machado's going to come home, and they get Brown. So the bases will stay loaded. And Pagan's going to hit for the 2nd time.
Sometimes trying to think lucky is not that easy to do.
It made me laugh thinking about it, because I know Dusty was thinking about that when Sammy Solis threw a ball that was hit in. Crawford hit into a triple play.
Well,
Dusty was thinking lucky.
I was thinking severely lucky. But I mean, that's the kind of a thing that was happening to the Giants. And you get that attitude like, what next? And you can't start saying that, because there will be a next.
Strike to Pagan, who opened up this inning with a double.
That's why if you're going to be a big league coach, I mean, you have to have it in your basic nature that you can stay positive and keep your guys going, keep them working, keep them believing that it's going to turn around.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Career with the bases loaded, outstanding numbers. 2 grand slams.
Beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky today. One ball and 2 strikes. He pokes this one foul down the third base line.
Well, he had a little magic wand do in his last at bat down the right field line. Here he almost tries to do the same thing. Almost pulls it off.
Center field, but Jones has got a beat on it, and that's going to end the inning. So the Giants and 6 hits in the inning, and they score 4 times. And a number of big hits, including the base hit off the bat of Trevor Brown. It's 7-1 Giants.
McDonald's true stories. We go back to August 14, 2003 in Shea Stadium. That's when the game between the Giants and the Mets was canceled due to a massive East Coast blackout that occurred 3 hours before the scheduled start of the contest. The Giants had to bus out of New York to Philadelphia in order to catch a flight for their game the next night in Montreal. The game was never rescheduled, and the Giants finished the season with a record of 161. And we had cheese balls for dinner.
And they were stolen by Scott Air, who went into the visitors clubhouse. He said, "Hey, Tony, where are the cheese balls?"
Hey, yo, Tony, Anthony, you got something to eat? Yeah, I got these cheese balls. I got lots of them.
And they were the Costco-sized cheese balls.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? They weren't bad.
Oh, they tasted pretty good. It was also the Joe Angel binocular game.
Joe Angel, who's here today,
yeah,
broadcasting now with the Orioles.
There's
Joe. And Joe had bought these binoculars that were not very good.
No, they were like 10-cent binoculars, but it had a radio in it.
It had a radio in it. I said, well, who needs a radio with a binoculars? And he goes, no, it's great, seriously.
Yeah, we only made fun of them for months on at end.
And now we're in New York, and there's no power anywhere, and we're wondering which routes we can use to get out of New York to Philadelphia. And Joe goes, well, let me check the traffic. How are you going to do that? I'll just pull out my binoculars with the radio.
That's a foul ball.
And that night, Joe Angel became a hero with his 10-cent binoculars.
One of the great stories. I mean, think about that. How are you going to get out of town when it's dark? And you got a game in Montreal. Down the right field line, foul.
Hey, that was not the first time I was in New York in the blackout.
No, that's right. It was your fault.
Yeah, everybody blamed me. It happened when I was with the Cubs, and we were on the field playing the Mets, and the whole of Manhattan, the surrounding boroughs all went down. It is weird to look into Manhattan and not see one light.
It's a full count now to Manny Machado. Foul, look out. That almost got base, umpire, fan.
Yeah, that was the ultimate ugly finder. All right, check out Brian O'Nora, the third base umpire. I don't know how he got out of that.
Oh, then it skipped. I got you. It skipped on the mound. Oh, in and out of the glove of Brown. So another chance for Manny Machado. Three-two pitch. Fouled again.
One thing about this Oriole team is they're built for the crooked number. And when you play them, especially in their own ballpark, I mean, it's kind of like playing the Rockies, where you never really feel comfortable no matter how many runs you're ahead of them. They can come back quickly.
And a base hit for Machado. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
Well, gentlemen, when Will Clark talks about hitting, you listened. Just ask Joe Panik. He sought Will's advice as he'd been scuffling at the plate. He told Will, I'm having trouble seeing some spin off of certain pitches. Will said, all right, what do you recognize? Joe told him, and he said, then let's go for that. We're going to simplify. If you're scuffling at the plate, back off and simplify. Hit only what you know. Last night, Joe had 3 hits. Today, of course, an RBI single. Will Clark, pretty valuable here with the Giants, guys.
Yeah, it's good when he comes into town. 1 ball and no strikes.
And a lot of Will Clark's baseball brilliance is just common sense. But the one thing that he did, and I really encourage players today to think about what Will Clark did as a young hitter. He talked to a lot of old hitters, a lot of guys who had played the game before him. He would sit down and have long conversations, and just heard their perspective and asked the questions like that. I'm not seeing the ball well. How do you get out of a rut like that when you're not tracking? What do you do? How do you think? And there's not one ex-major leaguer that couldn't have something to say about hitting or pitching or fielding. It's just a matter of taking the time or find the time to take advantage of it, because it's a true asset.
Watching Chris Davis and Johnny Cueto go at it. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Lifted out to left for Angel Pagan. 1 out here in the 6th. Here's Trumbo. 84 pitches for Johnny Cueto. His most pitches came in the 5th inning.
Well, I mean, he's been masterful with the use of his pitches, the location where he has consistently put them. Hasn't really made a lot of mistakes out over the middle, and you can see the fastball cutter again have been his go-to.
On deck is Jonathan Scope. 1 out, 1 on. And it's 2-0. Cueto has not been able to get in front of the hitters here in the 6th. Popped up. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Panic, who makes a nice play. Boy, those are tough. You're going to deal with the wind and the sun.
That's definitely a sun field, a sun play. But there's a lot of distraction over there too, because you're going in, and all of a sudden your path is going to collide eventually with the first baseman. So you have to be loud. You've got to get him out of the way. Wind, sun, small glove.
2 hands.
Brandon Belt, 2-hander.
So here's Scope. And a pop up straight back and out of play. This is the beef. The home runs in this inning that Cueto facing: Machado with 26, Davis with 24, Trumbo with 33, and now Scope with 17. And this is hit back up the middle, and Panic's going to go to first, and they got him. A nice play, and that'll end the inning. Joe Panic moving around like he's a young kid again.
on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Pirates will be in town starting tomorrow night. Monday and Tuesday, 7:15 starts. In the game on Wednesday, 12:45. Tickets are still available, so go to sfgiants.com/tickets. So here's Wilson as he's going to face Belt. And Belt's going to take wide. Overshift is on for Brandon Belt. Foul off the backstop.
There's last night's winning pitcher, Madison Bumgarner. It's always a great day to come to the yard after you get a win. Of course, if you're Bumgarner, I mean, you might play in today's game. You never know when skipper might ask you to pinch hit.
You could hit. Two and two to Belt. Belt an RBI single in the fifth. And he rolls this one foul.
Heads up. Offense is such a funny thing. I mean, normally during the course of a season, you have a couple, 2-3 guys that might be hot at the same time, and then it'll change subtly. But usually you have a couple of hot spots in the lineup. It's rare that it just goes completely cold. But when it starts to strike back up again, it can happen with a couple of line drives where everybody starts anticipating the positive.
And that's a hard foul in front of the Orioles dugout.
All right, breaking ball, let's see where it winds up. Heads up, ugly finder. Yeah, don't get hit with an ugly finder.
So Belt falling off another fastball. It stays at 3-2. And the walk.
All right, time now for our Togo's big play, the Togo's way. And we go back to the fourth inning when Hunter Pence steps up with one on, or with nobody on, and is leading off an inning, gets a fastball down and in and knocks it out of the ballpark against Wade Miley. For Pence, homer number 8, but that one felt good. Just now getting his swing back.
Pops this one back and out of play.
Good hack though.
And a slow breaking ball outside. It's a ball and a strike. Pirates 6, Dodgers 2, that game in the 5th inning. And a strike. Got him.
It's a good curveball. Got the second strike with it and followed right back up. Lowered the sights just a little bit. This high 3/4 release, straight down. It's a good curveball.
Nunez is 0 for 3, but he's scored 2 runs. And he takes the first pitch high. We mentioned the Pirates. Ryan Vogelsong tomorrow night.
And Matt Moore going to make his debut as a Giant.
Here.
In the home creams. Exactly.
There's a strike.
Thanks for cleaning that up.
Well, I think everybody knew what you were saying.
Here's Matt Moore. Giants fans are going to like him.
He fits right in. Tapped slowly, third base side, and this is no chance. Nunez with a base hit.
He will run out of his helmet a lot, and this has got to feel pretty good. Remember the at bat that he had back in the 4th inning when he absolutely scorched one right at Kim in left field? Well, the old swing and bunt, and with his speed, you're not going to have much of a chance as a pitcher. Beats it out easily. And watch him run right out of his helmet. He gone.
Crawford, 1 for 2. He's lined out to left, doubled, and walked, and he scored twice. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. The Rockies get swept in Philadelphia. I think they did.
I think they did.
They lost today 7-6. I hear you say that it's kind of a little cool on the East Coast right now.
Yeah, not really. And indeed, that is Colorado's 3rd loss in a row, so they did get swept. I think it was around 93 today, but extremely humid.
And no wind.
And none wind. The heat index off the charts.
Rockies hit 500. And they're now 2-8 in their last 10 games.
Oh, one that got away. No, you didn't choke. You just didn't bring your glove.
Yeah, easy example. You got your 2 kids.
Dad's hot.
Which one of those 2 is going to say, "Hey, nice try, Dad"?
Yeah, that would be the Dwayne Kuiper of the 2, who never passes up an opportunity.
They're not going to look at Dad. No eye contact with Dad.
Make eye contact. Hey, Dad, how about a trip to the Giants dugout store? We'll buy you a glove.
Your dad hit you in a bad spot.
Yeah, it did. The hands.
Crawford on the ground. Nice play, Hardy. That's one. And that's a bad throw. And Belt is going to have to stop at 3rd.
So no air.
No.
And Scopes can be a little upset about this because he has all the time in the world. That ball's hit hard. And he throws kind of awkwardly off the right foot when he really could have rocked back and set his feet. A nice play from Hardy, who stays with the one hopper. And there's the off-balance throw that goes way high over Davis. He had no chance. Doesn't cost him an error, but it does prolong the inning, and it gives Trevor Brown another chance.
Another chance for another RBI. And he shoots this one foul down the right field line. Tyler Wilson replaced Wade Miley. Out of play on the pop-up. It's 0-2. Giants in interleague this year, they're 8-11. So if they can hang on today, they would end up 2 games under 500. This is playable, and it's playable for Davis, and that will end the inning. So the Giants had an opportunity. They let it get away, and now we will head to the 7th, and it's 7-1 in San Francisco. It is time now for our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Cueto's still in the game. He started. Miley is not. Jones has the only RBI in the game for the Orioles. Trevor Brown has 3 RBIs, and Pence has a home run. So here in the 7th, it'll be Wieters, J.J. Hardy, and then we would think a pinch hitter. And the first pitch is hit down the right field line, and that's going to be for extra bases. And Wieters is going to chug into second, and he just made it. He's 3 for 3.
Well, not for lack of effort from Hunter Pence, who thought he had a chance to get him at second. But up there hacking first pitch. Gets up, barehander, quickly to his feet. He's got a good arm. Just a little wide, and as Crawford had to leave the bag to go up and catch the ball, he kind of took himself out of position to put a tag on.
Here's J.J. Hardy. Tap foul. Another first pitch swinger. Giardelli busy, as you would expect.
Oh, a great day. Sunny, built for ice cream.
In the dirt, it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Of course, I would say that if I was on the top of Mount Lincoln January 2nd and it was 10 degrees below zero and windy.
I know. It's your kryptonite. I think anybody in that line has ever said, whoa, 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 that's enough?
No. No.
Hit out to left center field. It's got a little bit behind it. But Span is over. He will catch. And Wieters will tag.
Well, NBC Bay Area investigates to hold the powerful accountable, and now it's expanding its resources to help solve your consumer problems. Introducing NBC Bay Area Responds, a new team dedicated to investigating your consumer complaints and returning your money. Contact 1-888-996-TIPS or visit nbcbayarea.com/responds. Every call, every email will be answered. NBC Bay Area, we investigate.
Pedro Alvarez is the pinch hitter. Giants will play the defense back. They lead 7-1. And there's a pitch down low. Cueto looking in. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alvarez at 258. He's got lots of power. 18 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Remember, with the DH, the Orioles lose a guy like Alvarez when you play in a National League park. With his defensive problems in Pittsburgh, he's the perfect guy to DH.
Perfect guy.
Very high and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Matt Wieters at third base. I mean, he's a catcher. This is August. I mean, he has none speed, but he's got the biggest lead of his life over at third base. Why? Well, Eduardo Nunez, the third baseman, is playing shortstop.
Trying to get Alvarez to fish. It's 3-2. Giants bullpen is empty for now. 98 pitches for Cueto. Fans now trying to get behind him. And
he wanted it. Tried to cut the outside corner, and he thought he got it. Little cutter just a bit outside, perhaps a tad high. Jeff Kellogg says, no, I don't think so.
Jones is 1 for 3. Brown out to talk to Cueto.
Well, it's going to allow Hunter Strickland to head down to the Giants bullpen and start getting hot. Pitch count, bit of an issue.
Jones hits a high fly ball to right. Pence is going to make the catch. His throw is going to be just a little late. But a good effort. I didn't think there was any chance at all.
I mean, he was out there beyond the bullpen. I mean, A for effort. So it winds out being a good at bat from Jones.
It is a rally killer, though.
Yep. You gave up an out. But you did get a run.
Here's Kim. Kim takes a strike. Singles in the first and third for Kim. And then he rolled out to Belt in the 5th. Two.
Trying to hit one out of here with that swing. He guessed right. It is upsetting to a hitter when he looks for a pitch and a location, gets it, and he swings and misses. And I think that's what happened there with Kim. Nice block, Trevor Brown.
Cueto has allowed 2 runs on 7 hits. He's got 4 strikeouts, and the only walk that he's issued came in this inning. And this is driven way out into Triple's alley, and nobody's going to get it, and it's high off the wall. So Alvarez is going to score, and Kim's got his 3rd hit, and it's 7-3.
Pretty nice effort there for Hunter Pence to prevent the triple. And we talked about the ability of this Orioles team to put up a crooked number, and they're doing it here. High 2-seam fastball, and this is going to be the last pitch that Johnny Cueto throws today. But watch the play from Hunter Pence as he crashes in hard and then plays the carom. Gets it back in quickly, and Kim has to stay at second.
So it'll be a double switch as Adrianza comes in. And a nice round of applause for Johnny Cueto as he's going to depart. And it's time for a change. Thanks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. The 7th inning have scored twice, and Strickland now will face Manny Machado.
The numbers for Strickland in his 55th appearance: 3-1 with a 2.53 ERA. He's been throwing great ball. League's just hitting 211 against him. Righty's just at 193. Hard thrower, mid to high 90s, 2 types of movement: slider and a split.
And a strike.
Starting to throw that 2-seam fastball more. And that's the one he's going to get the most movement on. And he likes that, especially on that inside corner to righties. Adrianza comes into the game on the double switch. He's at third base, and he will hit 9th in the lineup.
Oh, 2. Will Smith is in the Giants bullpen. And that's where Brown wanted it. It's 1-2.
Go right back up there again. Count leverage, 1-2 count, open base. You got 3 shots to go out of the zone. Hope he chases. Good pitch. It's where it should be. You tip your cap to Machado for being able to see it, identify it, and lay off it.
Smith is getting loose for Chris Davis. Got him. 99. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Panic to hit first.
Hart.
The Giants with a nice lead.
The Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on csnbayarea.com. You can log on each week as insider Alex Pavlovich talks baseball, and he does it very well. Also available on iTunes. Check it out.
Giants with a 7-3 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
New pitcher now for the Orioles will be Donnie Hart. Second time we've seen him in this series. 5th time he's been in a ball game since he's been called up. He's done a good job. Just 4 base runners allowed in 4 innings. And what we saw him have was a fastball that was 90-ish with a curveball, slider, changeup. A little crossover step and kind of a high, low 3/4 type of delivery. But he'll come at you with a lot of different looks. Johnny Cueto today, 4 strikeouts, and again masterful in mixing speeds and location. Is what he does best. Fastball, getting Davis out. J.J. Hardy, see ya. Fastball up, Davis again, twice with fastballs looking, and then he gets Hardy again as well. So 4 strikeouts, 2 from Davis, 2 from Hardy, and he is the pitcher of record.
Panic to lead it off. He's 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 5th. And kind of a frisbee for a called strike. Tapped up the middle. Scope will make the play. Well, the 7th annual San Francisco Giants race presented by Blueprint for Athletes is Sunday, September 11th. You can finish right here on the field at AT&T Park. All participants will receive a Brandon Crawford runner bobblehead. Register now, giantrace.com. Here's Adrianza. And Adrianza takes the ball. Adrianza. And a breaking ball for a strike. And it's chopped up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Adrianza finds that the middle of the diamond is a perfect place to hit it, and that's a 1-out single. So here's Denard Span.
I think I gave you the scout report for Tyler Wilson in regards to Donnie Hart. All right, let's redo this. Donnie Hart, sidearm guy, high 80s, slurvy breaking ball, and a changeup. Yeah, we finally got it right.
Yeah. First pitch up to Span. Denard Span is 0 for 4.
But swinging the bat well of late.
And he bounces this one to Scope. So Adrianza down to second. And here's Pagan.
Big hop for Adrianza. Now, if that ball hits him, it's a base hit for Denard Span. Of course,
you're going down the line thinking, hit him, hit him.
Especially if it's the last week of September.
And I'll steal second. It'll be the same.
And don't think that hasn't happened in the last week of September.
Pagan's got 2 doubles in this game. And he takes one inside for a ball, 1-0. On the ground, slowly hit. Charging is Machado, and he'll throw him out with that strong arm, and that'll end the inning. Nice play.
Big league play.
Through 7, it's 7-3 Giants.
Tomorrow, where the Pirates coming into San Francisco for a 3-game series. Tomorrow is a 7 o'clock game. You'll see pregame live here at 6:30 right here on CSN Bay Area. It's going to be Matt Moore making his home debut in a Giants uniform, taking on Ryan Vogelsong. Plus, you get complete pre- and post-game coverage with Alex Pavlovich. The authentic home of the Giants fan is right here at csnbayarea.com.
Here's Davis facing Strickland. And it's low. Trumbo. And then Scope. 7-3 Giants here in the 8th. Overshift is on. And a strike. Strickland retired Machado in the 7th, the only hitter that he faced, and he got him with the strikeout. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, that's a split finger fastball right there at 91. And Davis way out front. Now, the Giants are encouraging him to throw that more. Mark Gardner's always talking about throw that thing. It's a good one. And if he ever gets that third speed to go with the slider and the fastball, look out. Because then you start talking about a guy that could close. I mean, as it is, I mean, he is really throwing, I think, right now with as much confidence as he's ever had. The two-seam fastball has really given him a nice second look off the fastball. The slider is, I mean, he's using it more judiciously now than he did when he first got to the big leagues. He believes in it more. But that split, I mean, that really is an area where he could go and look out.
So a full count to Davis. And it's out of play. 99.
And for the split finger fastball to be that type of pitch, he'd have to be able to throw it 3-2. Because once you do that, that gets the hitter off the fastball, and that 99 is going to look a lot more 99-ish. So when the guy's looking for 99 and you give it to him, I mean, these big league hitters are going to be on it. You put 3 speeds in the mind of that hitter, and it's a different deal.
Out of play again. Three runs, 8 hits for the Orioles. For the Giants, 7 runs on 13 hits. Giants had 5 runs on, make that 6 runs on 7 hits yesterday. Got him. And with that, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, not only is it Girls' Day here at AT&T Park, it is Education Day. And before the game today, the Giants celebrated their 2016 Harmon and Sue Burns Scholar winners. The scholarship named after the late and beloved Giants investors. 10 middle school students were honored on the field. They got to meet the one and only Will Clark and Rob and Trina Dean. Trina is the daughter of Harmon and Sue. They each receive a $5,000 scholarship. It's awesome. The Burns were strong advocates of the Giants Community Fund and helping at-risk youth, and this is the 10th year of this scholarship. It's very impressive, guys.
Very nice. Harmon and Sue live on. And that's a fact.
Yes, they do.
0-1 to Trumbo. And a 1-1 strike.
The Dean family, the Humphrey family, carry on the spirit of Harmon and Sue. Wasn't for Harmon and Sue Burns, this team would not be here. This team would be in Tampa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
High and deep down the left field line, and gone. And it's 7-4. Trumbo hits his 34th of the year.
Two-seam fastball. I mean, this is not a bad pitch. That's right there at the belt middle end. And I tip my cap to Trumbo to staying inside and digging that one out and putting it over the wall. That's impressive.
So here's Scope. Scope fouls it out of play as Derek Law works his way down to the bullpen.
That was not a mistake to location for Hunter Strickland. That was right where he wanted to throw it. And Mark Trumbo just simply beat the scout report there.
There's a base hit to left field. I think Trumbo's beaten the scouting report a lot this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the Orioles starting to make some noise. David Getty going to come out and get a little more time for Derek Law. The thing about the Orioles is they're not afraid being down 5 or 6 runs. I mean, it happens a lot in Camden Yards, and they just come back. I mean, that's what they do. Bochy knows this only too well. That's why if you're the Giants offense, I mean, you got to keep thinking add.
So Dave Righetti departs. Wieters has been perfect today. He's 3 for 3.
Likes the first pitch.
0-1.
We could say that about every hitter in this lineup.
Pretty much.
And there's that split again. Boy, that's a good one. And there's no quit on it. Before, when he would throw it, it's almost like he would slow his arm down. But this one, he throws it just like the fastball. And look at how far out front Wieters is. Sally tries to drop a little slider below the strike zone. Wieters not biting. And in the development of a off-speed pitch, a changeup or a split, usually you see guys throwing it in 0-1, 0-2 counts. They get the feel of it. Now all of a sudden they throw it 1-0, 2 counts, then 3-1, then 3-2, then they'll throw 3 in a row. That's when you know they have the pitch.
Off the glove of Panic, and it rolls out into shallow right field. Moving all the way over to third will be Scope. So Wieters is 4 for 4. How about that? And Bruce Bochy's coming out. So Derek Law is going to make an appearance. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. here in the 8th inning. J.J. Hardy's going to be the hitter, and he's going to be facing that young man right there.
Derek Law, 48th game he's come into 4-1 with an ERA of 2.00 in 45 innings. Just 41 base runners in those 45 innings with 43 strikeouts against 6 walks. So you add it all up, and that's one heck of a rookie campaign. He is going to face the tying run. Law, mid-90s fastball, a 3 types specialty pitch from a high 3/4 release. Being asked by Bruce Bochy to stop this momentum
now. So here's Hardy. And the pitch. And it's outside for a ball. Hardy with 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center field. Two and 0.
Hardy's got some pop, and he's going to be looking to try and tie this ball game up on a mistake here. 2-0.
And a strike at the knees. On the ground and a base hit. It's 7-5. Four hits in the inning. And now Steve Pearce is going to hit. So Wieters is at second. Hardy is at first. Swing and a miss.
And right after the first pitch. And a good breaking ball from Derek Law. You pitch for the ground ball early, you pitch for the strikeout late.
To left. Pagan battling the sun, and he's going to make the catch. Wow. Pierce can't believe it.
He thought he got it.
He did.
Measured out a breaking ball that had a little hang to it, and he thought he got it. He thought he gave his team a 1-run lead. Take a look at the hang we're talking about, and that's one as it leaves the bat. He's measuring it out. Camden Yards. This is trouble here. It's a big league hang with him.
Well, not out of the woods yet. Here's Adam Jones.
Well, you don't want to hang any breaking balls to him.
And Brown's now going to go out and have a word.
And that may be the message. Remember, Adams Jones, I mean, he wants to swing the bat, and I think that's what Brown's telling him. You stay on a corner here. You make it pitch like it's an 0-1 count or a 1-2 count.
At second, Wieters. At first, Hardy. And as we've seen a lot in this series, Jones offers at that first pitch.
And that's how you use a location to work against a guy with big time aggressiveness. Throw it out of the strike zone. Let him chase. He's going to swing the bat. I mean, if you watch Adam Jones, he reminds you of Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, he swings at everything, and he can beat you anywhere.
And he goes around again, so it's 0-2. And look, he's standing there. He doesn't care it's 0-2.
No, he care less.
Because he thinks, well, I got another swing left.
And if he's swinging at balls in the dirt, you just keep throwing them down there.
Popped him up. Panic says, I got it. And he does. So the Giants stop the bleeding at 2 runs here in the 8th. It's 7-5. And the Pirates. It's Say Hey Tuesday on Tuesday. Pregame live will start at 6:30. We'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour at 7, and you can see us right here on CSN Bay Area. The first 5,000 or first 500 fans will get a cheer card and an Authentic Giants fan drawstring bag. So the giveaway starts at 5. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Brad Brock, the new pitcher now for the Orioles, having a great year. Saw the ERA at 1.37. He has been the setup man since Darren O'Day, another big part of their bullpen, has been put on the disabled list. So Brock has become the 8th inning guy. You're going to see a good healthy fastball. It's mid-90s, hard slider. And he's got a good split, and he'll throw all 3 anytime.
Overshift is on for Belt, and he pops it up. It'll be Machado, and he'll put it away. So Belt retired, and here's Pence. You see it loosening up. Pence takes a strike, a homer for Hunter Pence in the 4th, a single in the 5th. He's 2 for 4. Way outside and low. Right now the on deck circle is empty. Hence a big chopper foul. This was the home run off of Wade Miley.
Leading off the inning, just down and in, right around the knees, back spins it. See ya. Giants need him to get going, and he's getting going.
And he got him. 95.
Perfect location.
So 2 outs. And it's going to be Gregor Blanco. So Blanco will hit with 2 outs. So Blanco will try to get on now for Brandon Crawford and then Brown. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Look out. 2-0.
Blanco saying, leave my feet out of this. You want him on your dodgeball team?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind having Brock on it as well.
He can pick a few guys off.
Skied out to left. Kim side retired. So we'll go to the 9th. Giants with a 7-5 lead. Casilla coming in. Lead for the Giants here in the 9th. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Santiago Casilla given the responsibility to try and close this one out. He has done it 27 times. A 2.76 ERA, 55 strikeouts in 45 2/3. League hitting 228 off him. He has been fantastic, having a good solid season. And of late he's been hot.
Here's Kim, who's 3 for 4. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
And that curveball has been one of his best weapons during this hot streak. And we asked him about the curveball. His last save in Miami, he says, you know what, it's just one pitch. I've got 4 others.
Swinging and fouling down the left field line and out of play.
Changeup. So 2 pitches, a curveball and a changeup. He's softballing him here. You see, he has a fastball that'll go mid-90s and sometimes high 90s.
Quick pitch, Kim. Kim hit a line drive, and Crawford put it away.
Well, it helps when your shortstop's got some hops, and this is behind about a 102-mile-an-hour bullet, right in the sweet spot.
So 1 out, and here's Machado. And a strike.
So much easier to pitch to Machado when he's not the tying run.
Yeah, you got a little margin for error. So Casilla taking a break. And the pitch is wide. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. To left, Pagan has got to knock it down, and then it shoots by him. And Machado's aboard.
That's a big league line drive right there. Holy smokes. And remember, you got sun on this as well, but that's just a rocket. So you try and catch it, then you realize you're caught in between. Now you have to try and block it and prevent it from getting by you, and you can't do that. That's one of the hardest line drives you've ever seen hit.
Well, that sets the table for the big boys to try to tie it up with 1 swing. Davis is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
They call that an error?
I'm sure it's a hit and an error.
Well, yeah, hit any error on that. That's.
Yeah, I'm not totally in on that one.
No way. Got a good chance of getting changed.
Here's the count of 1 ball and no strikes to Chris Davis. And he drops that one in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Overshift is on. And he gets the call on that one as well. It's 1 and 2.
You can't throw it back to a curveball any better than that. Just keeps working it and watch the end result. And if you're Santiago Casilla, you say thank you very much.
And maybe he throws it again. Who knows?
Well, if you're getting it, you might as well keep going out there, because now Davis has to cover it.
And remember, he does have terrific power to the opposite field.
back out there again. And I can't blame Davis for being upset by it, but Casilla, take advantage of it. If you're getting that strike, keep going after it. That's 4 strikeouts for Chris Davis, and that's 4 called strike threes. Now watch the reaction from Machado.
Here's Trumbo. Trumbo homered in the 8th.
And he homered off a good pitch. We're talking high 90s on his hands, and he spun on that one. Knocked it out to left field. Little cutter in the outside corner. I mean, the Orioles lineup is a gauntlet, especially when you start talking about big at bats where one swing could tie the game or put them ahead. I mean, you have to make good pitches. And really, with 2 outs now, Casilla's got 2 bases to play with. He can pick whoever he wants to throw to. But you got Scope on deck, who's got 17 home runs. And behind him, you got Mark Wieters, who's got 4 hits today. So pick your poison. And you don't really ever want to walk a guy to face the go-ahead run in the batter's box.
So that pitch up and in, it's 3-0. That's Scope on deck, but you also have to remember that these guys will have the green light in this situation.
This is just a good count to get a good pitch to hit in the mind of Trumbo.
3-1.
So Casilla going to take a bit of a walk, think about it. Let Trumbo wait here on the 3-1 count. You're not going to change his mindset. He knows what he's going to look for. He's in the driver's seat sitting on a 3-1 count.
And the walk.
So a respectful walk to the Major League home run leader.
So here's Scope. Scope is 1 for 4. Reimold is running now at first. Remember, Scope is a lot like Jones on that first pitch. No balls and 1 strike.
He went right at him with 95. And that's that aggressive approach you're talking about.
At second is Machado. At first is Reimold. You got to protect the alleys. High and deep to left. Pagan at the wall. Gone. He hung it. And Scope hit it out. It's 8-7. Home run number 18. And the Orioles have not just come back to tie. they take the lead.
And there's the hang and breaking ball you're talking about. I mean, that is right up there where it's going to elevate on contact, and he catches it with backspin, and he knows it as soon as it leaves the bat. Pagan going back to no avail. Ouch.
So here's Wieters. Wieters has 4 hits. And this is fouled out of play. Orioles in this game have scored 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and 3 here in the 9th against a bullpen that has been very good. And that pitch is wide. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, absolutely a stomach punch. When you're sitting on a 7-1 lead in going into the 7th inning, you're thinking pretty good thoughts.
This is skied out to right. Hunter Pence is on the move, and he's going to play this one way out into Triple's alley. And Wieters has a 5-hit game, and his 5th hit is a triple. So Dave Urgetty's going to come out. And the one thing you wanted to avoid at all costs, as you see the triple for Wieters.
That's his first triple of the year. And to think that a catcher's getting it halfway into the month of August, impressive.
Yeah, well, it's a good park to do it in.
Will Smith, he's up for a second time, so he's ready to go.
J.J. Hardy is 1 for 4. And he takes up high, 1 ball and no strikes. And this is popped up. Brown coming over, and that'll end the inning. Well, Giants are going to have to score a run or 2 off of one of the best. Crawford, Brown, Panik coming up. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up in break experts.
So enter Zach Britton, who has been perfect this year, 36 for 36. Just 24 hits allowed in 49 innings. 58 strikeouts against 15 walks. And when you say, how does he do it? With a sinker. And you're going to see just about every pitch. He also has a slider he'll show you occasionally, but the sinker is, that's the guy. And you're going to see it mid to high 90s with the velocity.
Crawford has been on base with a double and a walk, and he takes the first pitch down low.
Britton has not given up an earned run since May.
And a strike.
And we're not talking late May either, May 5th.
One and two. Brown is on deck. And then panic. Two and two.
And if you're thinking about home runs he's allowed this year, he's given up one. So, I mean, it's within his skill set. Let's put it that way. Although not completely likely.
Got him. Nice afternoon for Trevor Brown.
Yeah, 3 RBIs. This was back in the second inning when he put the Giants on the board. That's a 2-out knock. And then in the 5th inning, he does it again. He comes up with a 2-out knock, knocks in a pair. Britton, you're looking at the strength of this team. Their bullpen's very good, but it's anchored by right now the hottest bullpen closer in baseball.
So 2-0 to Trevor Brown with 1 out here in the 9th. And a strike. Comes in at an easy 96.
Taken all the way was Trevor Brown. And you know the thing about Britton is he pretty much does it with just the one pitch.
And a base hit.
Have a day.
So here's panic. We do not know if Buster Posey's available.
Well, he was a late scratch today with stiffness in his lower back. Originally scheduled to start hit 4th, but his replacement Trevor Brown has picked up the slack. A 3-hit day with 3 RBIs. And the Giants get to go ahead and run in the batter's box. There's Buster Posey with his bat and gloves on, so we have our answer.
And an inside corner strike. Tap foul. 0-2.
Talk about great relievers who've been one-pitch relievers for the most part. And Mariano Rivera is one we discussed on Friday night. First time we ever saw Zach Britton. And you go back in. Goose Gossage was pretty much a fastball guy. He'd show you a slider occasionally, but you knew you were going to get a fastball. Bruce Sutter with his great split finger fastball. They still threw fastballs and an occasional slider. But Britton's one of those guys that he could stand out there on the mound and he could yell to the hitter, fastball. That would make a difference.
No, it wouldn't. You see Buster Posey indeed on deck. So it's 1-2.
Sparky Lyle threw nothing but sliders. Larry Anderson threw nothing but sliders.
Tapped. To second goes Brown, and here's Buster Posey. Seen Buck Showalter do a lot of different things. Yeah. He would be a guy that wouldn't be opposed to walking Buster Posey.
Well, we've seen him walk guys with the bases loaded. He also knows that his closer is only giving up 1 home run.
And they're going to walk him.
Well, that's respect.
Denard Span 2 for 4 lifetime against Britton with a couple of walks. So it's not like he's going up there. I've never faced him before.
He knows him, and he also knows that the movement on his fastball is going to come back to him.
Connor Gillespie is going to run for Buster Posey. Span is due. He's 0 for 5 in this game. Brown runs pretty good. He's at second.
Best arm for these Orioles is in center field with Adam Jones.
One ball and no strikes.
There's the numbers Cap's talking about. 2 for 4 with a couple of walks. 6 at bats against a guy with 1 pitch. You're going to know him.
Fouled at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, he's got a slider, but you're not thinking about it if you're hitting off him. You're thinking about 97-mile-an-hour sink.
Pagan on deck. The 1-1 pitch to Span. Fouled again. 1-2. That same pitch that he threw to Crawford. He's backed it up twice.
It's just a bottom out sinker at 96, 97 miles an hour. I mean, that's the thing. Come from behind wins leaders. Well, Giants Orioles rank in the top 5.
It's 1-2. Down low, 2-2.
Jonathan Scope, the one swing of the bat, gave his team the lead. And Britton trying to close it out here. It's in the hands of Denard Span to try and disappoint.
And the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouls it again.
Again, 97-mile-an-hour sink.
Two and two. And a full count.
And a slider. The first one he's thrown in 2 appearances. I'm gonna hand it to Denard Span. That's a pretty good take right there.
Runners will be on the move. It's 3 and 2. And they go. Chopped right near the bag, and they got him. And that's the ball game. And they'll obviously have the Giants take a peek at it, but it did sure look like Hardy got to the bag in time. And in a wild one here on a Sunday afternoon, the Giants drop a tough one.
And they did indeed get him. That's game over. And I'll be honest with you, Part, I didn't see this one coming. With a 7-1 lead going into the 7th inning, as good as the Giants bullpen has been, you thought this one was nailed down. Unfortunately, not to be.
Now the Giants with a 7-1 lead, and the Orioles scored 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th, and they beat the Giants this afternoon by a final of 8-7. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap starts right now.